you dreadful dolls, thanks for stopping by. If you're new here, welcome to Dreadfully Dainty Dips, where we do things nail related like DIY nails, nail product reviews, and movie, music, and Mandy Mondays. If that sounds like your cup of tea, then please do stick around, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for me. Now let's dip into the video. So, if you noticed at the beginning of the video, I have like a clear overlay on my nails. I use half tips and a clear builder gel. I believe it is Mia's Secret builder gel. And here you'll see me put on, I'm just doing my pill base. I do this in 2 coats to make sure I get like a good pop off later. I use UNT, and just don't even come at me on how to pronounce that. So we're just going to say UNT pill base. Now you're going to want to make sure that you really let this dry like a good couple minutes until it's no longer tacky. And then now let's get into, today I have for you a nail tutorial on one of my favorite companies. This is MamaMakesHerOwnDips. All of her colors are just stunning. So today the 2 I have chosen is the Taste of Ink, which is a gorgeous dark, almost like plum purple that looks to have a tiny bit of like dark blue or dark purple, I don't know if like flakes or glitter in it, and Dashing through Merlot, which is a stunning wine color with all kinds of different size glitters in it. But as always, I will leave a full list of the products and the links in the description box down below. So I'll be quiet and I'll pop back in. We're just going to do our first coat of, this is the Taste of Ink on all 5. And then I'll be right back. Okay, so here on my thumb you can see I'm just doing like really thin layers. I start with, when you pull the brush out of the bottle, most of your liquid's going to be on that tip, and so you don't want that near your cuticle. So I will like lay it down on the tip of my my nail, and then I will like push back into the cuticle to make sure that I'm not flooding it. And then you want to take your cuticle tool, of course, after every dip, and you want to scrape around that cuticle. It just makes it better, or like easier for filing in the end. Oh, I just love this little brush. It's like a Kabuki makeup brush, I think, but it's really soft. So if you have like this Dipomani's base coat is, it's really slow to dry. So if you just go in there with like a stiff bristle brush, you'll pretty much just take off everything that you've already done because it's kind of still wet. But you still want to make sure that you're getting off that excess powder because, you know, it'll affect your overall look later on down the road. So you just want to be really careful. Take a really soft brush at first, you know, make sure you get all that excess powder off. And then in the end, when you're done, you know, with your full color of dip, and you want to go in there and really get in there, you can go back in there with a stiff bristle brush and get off all the rest of that powder that may be in the cuticle lines or on your side walls. So we're pretty much going to do the Taste of Ink. We're going to dip that on all 5 up to 3 times because I really want to build that up. Okay, so we're dusting off again. This is our third and final dip of the Taste of Ink. How pretty. Can y'all see those little blue or like dark purple little glitter specks in there? It's so pretty. Okay, so now we're going to go in with Dashing through Merlot and this Dipomani clear dip called Zero. I want to encapsulate, which also the Taste of Ink, I'm not sure if y'all saw the shimmer in the cap in the very beginning, but it can be chromed. But today I'm not going to do that, so I'll save that for another tutorial and show y'all how to do that. But I am going to clear encapsulate all of my colors in clear. So you'll see I'm doing right here on the pinky in clear, and then I'm going to do the ring finger and middle finger with the Dashing through Merlot. I'm going to do like a pour over, that's called the pour over method. And then I'm just kind of placing those big chunkier glitters where I want, and you want to pat them down so that way you're not having anything stick up, because when you go to file in the very end, you can like burn the glitters, and so it'll actually take that color off of the glitter and it'll be silver. And you'll be able to see that in the end. I'm not gonna lie, I am an overfiler and it happens to me sometimes too. Okay, so for my pointer finger, that one's gonna stay the same, so we're gonna go ahead and get that clear encapsulated. And you see me kind of dip twice because that, like I was saying, that Dipomani clear, the base coat, I love it. It's slow drying, but it will just like soak up that powder. So if you ever pull your finger out of a dip and, it still kind of looks kind of tacky or kind of sticky. It doesn't really look dry like right now. You want to just go ahead and re-dip right back in there and just get all that liquid soaked up. Okay, so middle finger, we're doing Dashing through Merlot. Such a pretty wine, like a wine Merlot color. I love it. I was feeling really like dark fall colors today. And you want to make sure that you brush off that glitter and all the excess powder really, really good. Okay, so if you notice here, I'm kind of like just dabbing little bits of the base. I want to go back in, and I didn't really think that it had enough of the chunky glitters, so I'm just hand placing those with my my cuticle tool. Just kind of gives it a better overall, like when you go and I'm going to clear encapsulate that. So in the end, it just really gives it like a nicer look, kind of spaces everything out, looks more aesthetically pleasing to the eye. Okay, so now that we've brushed off all that excess glitter, we're going to go back in and we're going to clear encapsulate those in the Dipomani Clear Zero. You want to make sure that you saturate all those little crevices because you want that clear to get really in there. So you're going to see me go in this a couple times. Want to make sure we're getting all that liquid soaked up, and then you want to pat all that clear into all those little grooves. It'll look really good when after you're done filing and shaping, and then you get a top coat later on. Okay, so we are done with that Dipomani Clear. Now we're going to brush off again all that excess powder. You can go in there with a soft brush, or you'll see this orange one is more of that like hard bristle brush I was talking about earlier. You want to make sure you get all that clear powder off, because if you don't, it can make your color look cloudy in the end. Okay, and so now we're going in with Cascade Colorworks Activator. You want to activate all that powder so it can, do its little chemical reaction and harden up. Man, these colors are just so pretty. My famous word, so pretty, so pretty. Okay, so now we're gonna get the e-file, and I will show you on one nail because I don't want to drag this video out, make y'all sit through anything more. But I will show you how I go in there. I will go in there with my e-file around the sidewalls and the cuticles, and then when I'm done, and then kind of like over the whole nail, just real lightly. And then I will go back in after the e-file with a hand file and clean up like my overall shape. So you'll just see that here. I apologize, my camera just kept going in and out of focus. Okay, so I'm going to file this pinky, and then I will do all the other 4 fingers off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we are all e-filed, and I did file, like hand file and buff off camera, but here I'm going back in to kind of show you how I would like clean up my sidewalls and my free edge. Just want to, you know, because that dip powder will get kind of lumpy and wonky, and you want to go in there, and don't forget, sidewalls are important. So is free edge. And I mean, so is cuticle, so I guess everything's important. But, you know, if you want to get that real nice look, you want to go back in there and make sure that everything's all shaped up. Okay, so this is how they're looking. Now we're going to go back in with that Colorworks, Cascade Colorworks activator, and you want to activate for a second time because you want to make sure that now that you've filed and buffed, that you're still getting that activator back, you know, kind of deep in that, all the dip powder layers. Okay, so now that we're done with the activator, this is how they're looking. My famous words, y'all. Say it with me. Super cute. Okay, so now we're going to grab a piece of a paper towel. And you want to make sure after that activator kind of sits for just a couple seconds, you want to go in there and rub all the extra activator off. This is to help your brush not kind of get all hardened up and you ruin your liquids. Okay, so we're going to go in, and you're going to want to do up to 3 swipes your first coat of top coat. This is very important because the less swipes you take, the less chance you have of hardening up your brush and then sticking that brush back in your bottle and contaminating those liquids. So if you see in between each nail, I will wipe off on the paper towel just to kind of save my bottle from getting all funky. Okay, so now you're going to kind of wait until the liquid kind of wrinkles, and you'll know that it's dry and you're ready to immediately go back in with your second coat. Now on this coat, you can kind of take more time, do more swipes. It doesn't matter because we've already got that first coat on there. So take your time You know, don't flood them cuticles and make sure you get your free edge. Ooh, you guys, look at that top coat shine. This is probably my second or third time to use Cascade Colorworks, and I've heard great things, and everybody just like raves about their top coat. I mean, it is pretty glossy and shiny. I think I'm a fan. What do y'all think? Okay, so we're all done with our second layer of top coat, and this is how we're looking. Ooh, look at it. So shiny. I love these colors. Just perfect for fall. Okay, so now I'm going to grab some cuticle oil because you don't want to forget. Get around that whole nail and even underneath that nail. Just saturate that finger in the oil. I promise you won't regret it. It just helps with nail growth, and after all that filing and buffing, you've just kind of did a number on those fingers. So you just want to rehydrate those babies. And look at that. Oh, and this is also Dip Queen's cuticle oil in rose. I love it. It smells so good. Okay, you guys, this is the finished set. What do you think? Well, dolls, that concludes today's tutorial. Have you heard or tried Mama Makes Her Own Dips? I'd love to know. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for hanging out with me. Until next time, bye!